LSR Prime had no windows. A station at the center of the Galactic Council didn't need to see stars, it was the center. Glass was for those who feared the dark. Here, walls pulsed with neural light, intelligence shimmered in the air, and empires walked on polished floors with polished lies. Commander Isla Cross stood still among them. The sole human in the hall, surrounded by delegates with scales, tendrils, chrome faces and crystal eyes. Some looked at her with curiosity, others with contempt. None with respect. The central dais lit up. Holograms of military formations, fleet routes, and deep space scans filled the air. Then, the Arch-Sovereign arrived. Varellan Karzen didn't walk, he descended. Draped in glistening armor woven from the marrow of extinct worlds, his four eyes locked onto Isla instantly. His voice rumbled like tectonic plates grinding. Let the record show, he began, that the Zeroth Dominion, keepers of order, builders of peace, final word of law, hereby declares war on the species known as Homo sapiens. Gasps and flares of disbelief rippled through the hall. Isla blinked once. Not surprised. Not anymore. You offer no negotiation, she asked, her voice cutting through the noise like frostbite. There can be no negotiation with fire, Varellan said. You burn everything you touch. You spread chaos through innovation, disorder through autonomy, rebellion through thought. You are a virus. And like all viruses, you must be purged. He raised one clawed hand. A galactic display behind him updated in real time. Bright red markers, Zeroth fleets, spread across human sectors like blood vessels. Isla exhaled, slow. Controlled. She tapped her comms. This is Commander Cross. Earth Command, do you confirm invasion trajectories? Confirmed, came the cool reply. Outer colonies already under siege. Civilian evacuations in progress. Awaiting further instruction. She turned back toward Varellan. So that's it? After all your speeches on unity, after the council treaties, you started genocide in front of witnesses? You are not a nation. You are an infestation, he hissed. And infestations are not negotiated with. They are erased. From her belt, Isla removed a slim silver disc. She pressed her thumb to its surface. A single word lit up in faint red, pending. Then hear this, Sovereign, she said, and her voice carried without enhancement. Humanity will not surrender. We will not bend. And we will not beg. You will not be given the chance, he sneered. Your last words, Earthweller? Isla smiled, not cold, not mocking. Measured. We don't do last words, she said. We do consequences. She turned and walked away. The chamber erupted in noise behind her. Back on Earth, the clouds had turned amber. From orbit, the planet still looked blue and calm. But down here, storms brewed with every incoming report. Isla stepped into the EDC command bunker beneath Geneva, stripped her cloak, and approached the table. Admiral Sahil met her with a grim nod. We lost Tau Ceti, Mars is under siege. AI drones are holding, but casualties. Spare me, Isla said. Is the protocol still viable? Sahil hesitated. Project Oblivion is locked. All nodes are green. Core AI is awake. But we haven't even tested. It wasn't meant to be tested. Silence fell like a dropped weight. She tapped the silver disc on the table. It scanned her biometrics, then requested final clearance. She paused. Cancelled the prompt. Not yet. Any diplomatic outreach, she asked. None. Their communications have gone dark. It's a full purge campaign. They're not stopping until we're extinct. Outside, alarms began to scream. The Dominion had reached Luna. Later that evening, Isla stood alone in the underground sanctuary reserved for Earth's strategic failsafes. 10 feet below her rested a sphere, the AI core, pulsing with faint blue light. It hummed, aware. Watching. Commander Isla Cross, it said in a voice neither male nor female. Do you seek deployment? Not yet, she replied. But walk me through it again. The AI obeyed instantly. Project Oblivion will release a coordinated quantum displacement pulse across all registered Dominion-controlled and suspected sectors. All biological signatures classified as non-human will be extracted from known space. No mechanical infrastructure harmed. No trace left behind. Estimated removal count, 76.3 billion. Isla closed her eyes. Casualties? 0, if you believe displacement is not death. And if I don't? Then 76.3 billion. She nodded. Thank you. You're welcome, said the AI. Then, after a pause, will you regret it? I don't have the luxury, she answered. Her quarters were silent. Dark. She replayed a video on loop, her niece's birthday, 5 years old, covered in icing, yelling "You're not the boss of me," at a cake that was melting sideways. That colony was glass now. Atmosphere vented. No survivors. She held the biometric key. It was warm against her palm. A chime interrupted her thoughts. A final message from Varellon had arrived, galaxy-wide, broadcast live. The warlord loomed in the projection, triumphant. By the time you hear this, he declared, Earth's outer worlds will be dust. Your resistance will be shattered. Your people will beg. And when they do, I will not listen. Isla watched it all. Said nothing. When it ended, she walked back toward the core. Authorization level, cross. Commander. Code 19. The AI stirred. Final failsafe protocol requested. Insert biometric key for armed standby. She slid the disk into the pedestal. A quiet click. A subtle vibration. System ready. Isla didn't press the button. Not yet. But she stayed. And waited. For the moment the last option became the only one. The first assault shattered Europa Station in under 12 minutes. One moment, it was a ring of lights twinkling in Jupiter's orbit, next, it was silent debris tumbling into frozen clouds. No warning, no demands, no survivors. Isla cross-watched the footage with her arms crossed, jaw locked tight. Earth's war table flickered as the feed updated. Red arcs marked Dominion fleet positions sweeping through Sol system. Like a closing fist. 5 more stations down, said Admiral Sile, his voice steady, but only barely. AI turrets slowed them, but didn't matter. They're targeting comms relays first, cutting off outer colonies one by one. They're drawing a noose, Isla murmured. He nodded grimly. And we're inside it. Around the command chamber, holograms showed real-time evacuations. Cargo ships crammed with civilians. FTL jump lanes crowded, dangerously unstable. There weren't enough ships. There never were. General Lin from Pacific Command leaned forward. We could negotiate. Stall for time. With who? Isla turned to face her. They're not talking. They're cleansing. Varellon's plan doesn't involve treaties. Just sterilization. Even so. No, Isla said flatly. We keep executing the distraction plan. Fake retreats. AI decoys. Anything to buy 20 more hours. Sahil glanced at her. Still waiting for you to say it. Isla didn't respond. Because he already knew what she'd eventually say. From the deep sky monitoring grid, Isla moved to Earth's AI coordination core. 12 superintelligences nested in a subterranean chamber beneath Greenland, humming with code and quiet resolve. They didn't speak unless asked. They didn't assume. They simply prepared. Status of Operation Shroud? Isla asked. AI-3, voice clipped and clinical, answered instantly. All sensor ghosts deployed. 58 Dominion cruisers currently engaging phantom targets in asteroid sectors. Success rate, 91%. Estimated distraction time, 6 hours. Civilian extraction status? 41% completed. No interference yet. If Dominion shifts focus, completion will drop to 12%. Isla stared at the projections. She knew what was coming next. And it came. Commander, AI-3 added. Probability of full human extinction has passed threshold. 76.4%. She closed her eyes. Then opened them again. Activate Oblivion pre-protocol. Silent mode. No automated defense triggers. There was a pause. A rare thing. Confirmed, said the AI. Biological filtration net is live. Awaiting final clearance. She nodded. And Project Echo? Ready. Memory implants prepared for surviving humans. Deployment contingent on Oblivion execution. It was all happening faster than planned. Faster than they'd hoped. Or feared. The war room dimmed when the call from Luna came in. Commander Cross, said Colonel Merrick, voice shaking through static. We've lost low orbit. They've breached Luna base. I've ordered the self-destruct, but... The feed hissed. Smoke. Shouting. Then a guttural voice, deep and disgusted. Pitiful, said Varellin. Isla's blood went cold. The warlord had taken the channel. His massive form appeared on screen, standing amid wreckage, boots planted on Earth-allied corpses like trophies. I gave you a chance to be erased with dignity, he said. Instead, you hide. You scramble. You deploy your machines like cowards. Isla stared back. You're wrong, she said quietly. This is our dignity. He laughed. Oh, your stubbornness is almost charming. But let me be clear. I am not here to conquer you. I am here to ensure you never exist again. Then the screen cut out. The room stood frozen. Later, Isla stood in the cryovault corridor. Rows of canisters lined the walls. Thousands of embryos, frozen human futures, shielded in reinforced capsules. One bore a name etched into the side, Emily Cross. Her niece. She stared at it for a long moment. Then walked away. The High Council convened for the first time in weeks. Underground. Secure. Or as close as anything could be now. Debate raged, panic, defiance, desperation. Then Isla stepped forward and said what no one wanted to hear. We are out of time. Counselor Brea frowned. You're suggesting extinction? I'm suggesting survival, Isla said. We don't fight them. We don't plead. We remove them. Project Oblivion was theoretical. It's no longer theory, she cut in. It's ready. The AI confirms alignment. All I need is clearance. Murmurs. Shock. Resistance. You're proposing to wipe out every alien species in this quadrant? Counselor Han asked, his voice unsteady. I'm proposing we stop being hunted like animals. And the innocents? Isla looked at him, hard. You think they'll spare ours? No one spoke after that. Silence filled the chamber. Then, at last, one by one, the counselors nodded. Later, in private, Sahil approached her. You sure you can do this? He asked quietly. No, Isla said. But I'll do it anyway. He looked at her. You ever wonder what we become after this? She didn't answer. Because she already knew. Midnight, Earth Central Time. The planet rotated beneath a pale blue moon, its surface darkened by Dominion warships blotting the sky. In the EDC command chamber, Isla stood alone before the final panel. The biometric disc lay in her palm. One press. One sequence. Then no more fleets. No more war cries. No more them. The AI's voice chimed softly in the room. Final authorization available. Do you wish to proceed? Isla didn't speak. Not yet. But her hand tightened around the key. The stars looked different now. From the balcony of Earth Defense Command's highest chamber, Isla could see the curve of the planet's atmosphere meeting the obsidian void above. There were no satellites in view anymore, most had been destroyed. Dominion warships loomed instead, massive and deliberate, like executioners waiting for the signal. She stood still, eyes sharp, breath slow. The silence broke. "Commander Cross," the AI spoke gently through the intercom. "The Arch-Sovereign's flagship is establishing visual contact." "Accept," she said. The far wall shimmered to life. Varelin Karzen's face filled the room, framed by his bridge, a metallic cathedral of burning light and crimson banners. His armored hands gripped the arms of a blackened throne. Behind him, the bodies of Earth's lunar defenders floated in containment fields. A message. "Your world is quiet," he observed. "Is this surrender at last?" Isla didn't blink. "I didn't come to beg. I came to give you a final chance." He tilted his head, mockingly curious. "How quaint. Go on then, human. Make your empty threat. Withdraw your fleets. Disarm your purge units. Leave the system." Varelin leaned forward. "Or what?" Isla paused. Then said it flatly, "You vanish." There was a beat of silence. Then came the laughter, deep, rasping, sincere. "You still think fear will save you? Your colonies burn. Your ships drift. Your species is 2 rotations from extinction. And you threaten me?" "No threat," she replied. "A promise." The screen cut to static. Isla turned. Walked calmly down the corridor. The war room doors slid open as she approached. Inside, the Council and Command watched her arrive in silence. Sahil gave a quiet nod. Lynn stared at the floor. Brea avoided her eyes. She reached the terminal. Placed the biometric disc into its cradle. The AI responded instantly. Key recognized. Final stage unlocked. Voice confirmation required. Isla looked around the room once more. "You all know what happens next," she said. "There's no one doing this." Sahil cleared his throat. "If we don't?" "They finish what they started," Isla answered. "No survivors. No legacy. Just silence." Lynn spoke, almost whispering. "And if we do? Then the silence is theirs." She faced the terminal again. Took a breath. "Authorization, Commander Isla Cross. Execute Project Oblivion." The panel pulsed red, then white. The AI's voice dropped in pitch. "Sequence initiated. Confirm target net, 12 parsec radius, non-human biological index, selective quantum displacement." "Confirmed," Isla said. The floor began to vibrate. Lights dimmed. A low-frequency hum rolled through the bunker, deep and ancient, like something older than language waking up from a long sleep. Across Earth, hidden mechanisms activated. Orbiting beacons aligned. Subterranean systems pulsed with synchronized data flows. Human-designed, AI-coordinated, and never once tested, until now. On the Dominion flagship, Varelin turned sharply. "What is that signal?" One of his lieutenants replied, alarmed, "Unknown energy spike from Earth. It's rewriting our bioscanners. Evacuate." He didn't finish the sentence. Because in the space of a breath, they vanished. Every Dominion soldier, commander, pilot, technician, every alien presence across the 12 parsec radius, disappeared in an instant. Not turned to dust. Not burned. Erased. Across Earth's sky, warships drifted powerlessly. No lifeforms registered. Cockpits empty. Weapons silenced. On outer colony relays, signals cut mid-scream. On LSR Prime, vacant chairs spun in the air of the galactic chamber. Gone. All of them. Back in the war room, Isla watched as the red holograms marking enemy presence dimmed, one by one. A slow cascade of lights fading to black. She said nothing. No one did. Minutes passed. Sahil finally broke the stillness. Are we safe? Isla didn't answer. The AI did. All threats removed. No remaining hostile biosignatures. Displacement complete. Brea's voice trembled. Where did they go? The AI replied, flat and factual. Non-localized dimensional space. No retrieval possible. Lin sat down. Hard. Sahil looked at Isla. You did it. She shook her head. We did it. We just chose survival over waiting to die. He nodded. Slowly. And now? She looked up at the black sky where stars had started to shine again. Their cold glow somehow felt sharper. Now we figure out who we are, Isla said. Without them. No celebration followed. No cheering. Just the soft hiss of systems winding down, the echo of a decision made, and the deep, endless quiet that comes after the storm, when there's no one left to fight. They called it the quieting. No explosions. No fallout. No wreckage beyond what had already existed. Just absence. Dominion ships floated like mausoleums over Earth, unpiloted, weapons dark, their sleek hulls casting long shadows over cities below. 1,000 worlds beyond Sol reported the same thing, emptiness. The galaxy, once too loud with conquest, had gone mute. Commander Isla Cross walked the barren halls of Earth Defense Command. The war table was off now, its red lights replaced with soft blue, no longer tracking targets. The room didn't feel triumphant. It felt hollow. She passed Sahil, seated with a tablet in his lap, reading casualty updates. Still nothing from Vega, she asked. He shook his head. No one left to respond. Their fleet vanished mid-burn through the rings. Isla moved to the window wall, looking skyward. It worked, he said after a pause. She didn't reply. Not yet. Across Earth, the news unfolded in fragments. Scientists confirmed biological silence across all Dominion frequencies. Civilian networks speculated, death? Exile? Displacement to another dimension? Some whispered God's judgment. Others said it was genocide. The debates began before the morning even finished. Isla had no answers. She never promised explanations. Only results. She sat before the ethical tribunal 3 days later. The chamber was plain, steel benches, 3 counselors seated behind a curved panel, and Isla alone at the center. Counselor Brea, her voice low but firm, began, Commander Cross. You are summoned not for punishment, but for reflection. Humanity has survived, but at what cost? Isla remained calm. What cost would you prefer? Earth in flames? Our children buried in ash? Counselor Han leaned forward. You authorized the disappearance of 76 billion lives. Entire civilizations. They were going to wipe us out, Isla said. I didn't make a choice between peace and violence. I made a choice between extinction and endurance. Brea's tone softened. Do you believe humanity remains human after this? Isla met her gaze. More than ever. Because we're still here to ask that question. The tribunal adjourned in silence. No judgment rendered. No sentence passed. Later, Isla stood in the cryogenic vault again. The capsule marked Emily Cross still shimmered with life. She placed her hand on the glass. They're gone now, she whispered. You'll wake up in a world without monsters. She stayed there a while. Not speaking. Not thinking. Just listening, to a hum in the air, a rhythm of systems still beating, a reminder that life, fragile and flawed, had one. The AI core, buried deep beneath the Greenland ice, stirred when she entered. Commander, it said. Oblivion protocol fully concluded. Final logs archived. Good, Isla replied. You appear unsettled. She didn't argue. You may wish to know, the AI continued, signals have been detected from a deep space region outside our known border. Non-human. Weak. Unstable. Her pulse quickened. Survivors? Inconclusive. Possibly displaced remnants. Possibly echoes. Can they return? Unknown. But not impossible. Isla took a breath. Then we stay ready. Yes, the AI said. You remain the contingency. She turned to leave but paused. If they come back, I want an answer that doesn't involve erasure. Then humanity must evolve. She nodded. We will. Earth changed in the weeks that followed. Warships were grounded. The skies cleared. Factories once churning out defense drones now built exploration vessels. The Dominion's silence had given space for voices that had long been quiet, poets, philosophers, dreamers. Yet there was always a shadow. The memory of what it took to get here. What had been done in humanity's name. And Isla, more than anyone, carried that memory like armor. One evening, she sat on a bench beneath the rebuilt Unity Tower in Geneva. A child approached, no older than 7, clutching a toy soldier. His mother called after him, but he stopped in front of her. Are you the lady who made the monsters go away? He asked. She looked at him. Yes. He nodded, satisfied, then held out the toy. You can have this. For making it quiet again. Isla took it gently. A simple plastic figure. Worn, scraped. Loved. Thank you, she said. Then the boy ran back to his mother, who gave Isla a brief, unreadable glance. Not hate. Not admiration. Something in between. That night, as stars shimmered over a world free from fire, Isla lay in her quarters and whispered a final command. Archive. Yes, Commander, the AI replied. Tag this record, the day we chose silence. And the system obeyed. Storing the words, the weight, and the truth, for a future that might one day ask why.